4, 3, 2.
It's all about the power and the money and the fame. Get it out the concrete, that's how we made the name. Bow down, kiss the ring. Wear my flaws like a crown, that's why they call me the king. All about the power and the money and the fame. Get it out the concrete, that's how we made the name. Bow down, kiss the ring. Wear my flaws like a crown, that's why they call me the king. K-I-N-G, yeah, they gon' envy. I'm still street, you get the beats like an MP. Still saying 10T, low to my Benji. Dirt all on my boots, all on my heels like a NC. I was
Man, here it is again. Man, check this out. Hey, it's your boy Rajeen, the king of romance. You know what I'm saying? We bringing in, oh man, a special guest. Here it is. I'm gonna introduce my co-host, I think, the real Justice. I can see him in there, but if we can't get him, there he is. The real Justice. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, what's going on, man? You know, I'm on the road, man. Gotta go see my people, man. But, you know, we got another one for you, man. I'm gonna try to stay in as much as I can.
Hey, appreciate you being here, man. Hey, regardless, man, we got your back. Hey, so, hey, check this out. Tonight, man, we introducing you to an author, man, an artist, a father, man. He go by the name of Justin Jackson, man. Jackson, give it up for Mr. Jackson. Man, Mr. Jackson, man, welcome to Black Men's Inc., man. Hey, let's talk about it, man. How you doing?
Hey, thank you guys for having me, man. I'm great. I'm honored, you know, to be here, man.
Hey, so, man, we've been excited all week, man, to talk about it, man. And, like, first of all, we're going to start off by letting people know, you know what I'm saying, about your book, man. Let them know where they can find you, you know. And what I do is, man, I put it up there for you, man, so we can keep that promotion going on, keep this platform. You know, what we like to do here, man, is give our brothers a platform to be able to promote, teach, learn. You know, our job here, man, is to reach one, you know, so we can teach one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So without further ado, man, tell people about your book, man. Tell them what you're working on.
Okay. Well, the name of my book is called The Father's Plight. This is the book here. And I just heard you talk about promoting and you know, teaching, and that's basically, you know, what I'm trying to do here, man, with this book. Fatherhood is something that is very near and dear to my heart. You know, the good parts of fatherhood, the bad parts of it, you know. And when I talk about the bad parts, I'm just talking about the part where, you know, the showing up part. You know, my father left us very early. You know what I mean? We struggled. You know, and in those struggles, it taught me everything that I did not want to be to my own children. You know, even though we go through adversity, I still go through adversity as a father. You know, it's just, that's a fact. You're gonna go through some things. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's important that you show up, man. You show up and you show out the best ways you can. You know, time is the most important thing you can give your kid. It ain't about the money. You know what I mean? You know, money's important. You know what I mean? But what you teach them, man, what you imprint in their brains and in their hearts, you know, how to come out here and just be productive people, man, is everything, you know. And there's no such thing as being perfect. I've made my mistakes, you know, as I'm sure we all have, you know what I mean? But I always talk about the climb back, man. You know, that climb back from the mistakes that you make is everything. It's everything, you know, because that's where you'll learn the most, man. The most information you get, like, it comes in those moments, struggle and adversity, man. You know?
Yeah, no doubt. And it's crazy you say that, man, because like I said, as a father, you know, even as being a single father at one point in time, raising my son, you know, it's not easy. You know, it's not. It's easy to say you're a dad, but it's not easy to be a father because you have to be able to teach and like you said, show them how to be, you know, a productive part of society. And it's not always, you know, it's not always an easy thing, you know.
It's definitely not.
You know, we go through it, and I'm pretty sure Justice can attest for this. Being a part of your child's life is the biggest step. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's the
showing up.
You know what I'm saying?
Showing up is everything.
Yeah, showing, like you said, showing up is everything, man. Wanting to be there, not doing it. I know we talk about this a lot, but a lot of brothers go in there and they want to be a part of the child's life only because they still trying to get with the child, with the mom, you know, and it has to go deeper than that. Definitely, whether you with mom or not, you need to be there. They don't want to be there because there's another brother in their life now and all kind of stuff. But the child, for me, and I'm glad I got you on, man, because like I said, it's a deep subject for me. Because
but when you say that too, you know what I mean, that they don't want to be involved because there's another brother involved. Sometimes, like when I always say, man, like it's levels to this. There's so many levels to it because you're right, but there's a flip side to that too, where the mother might not want if she's dealing with somebody, she might not want the father around because it might pose a problem for her. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because let's be real, some of these guys out here are kind of like weak when it comes to that. Oh, well, why he got to come around and why he got to do this and why he got to do that. That's just being real. Yeah. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's my child, so I'm gonna be around.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say. Whatever y'all got going on is what y'all got going on. You understand? That don't, until what you guys have going on, affects my child in any type of way, then we can talk about that. But you just keep that where it's at, and I'll worry about my child. You understand?
Yeah.
But you still got to keep your eyes open. You gotta keep your eyes and your head on the swivel, when it comes to that.
Most definitely. And it's crazy you say that because, like I say, even me, like I got a stepson now, and it's like, well, stepchildren, but at this time when you being a part of their life, you're there. You know what I'm saying? You're there as a parent, as a role model, regardless of what you think it is, or matter. If it's not your child, you're like once you marry somebody with children, those are your children.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of guys don't see that. Like once you take on the responsibility of being with that woman or that man, and he got kids or she got kids, give them your kids.
That's right.
And you got to deal with them like they're
your about that woman, man. It's about everything she come with, and vice versa, Because I've been in situations, like my life ain't perfect, man. I'm not perfect by any means. You know what I mean? Like, did I always, in my father's absence, I feel like I've learned so many different lessons, man. Like, where maybe I was like looking for the wrong things in the wrong places. You know what I mean? Like, nobody ever really taught me to kind of, like, when it came to relationships, to kind of, if you're in a relationship with somebody, you have a child, and things get tough. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you got to stand in the face of that and face everything. But sometimes when you're young, you don't understand that, and you wind up looking for other things in other places instead of leaving something that you should leave behind. You understand? And this is why I always say, don't be afraid. I tell people, don't be afraid to let go of the things that are no longer meant for you. You know what I mean? And the things that are no longer meant, for you. You understand if that makes sense?
Yeah, definitely. Heck yeah, because, and like I said, I mean, like, we make mistakes. Like I can look back and say it's mistakes that I've made, and you cut and run when things get tough or whatever. But one thing I've learned, being a 40-something-year-old man, you can't. It's easy to run. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's harder to be able to work things out. It's harder to stick around. But as a man, as a real man, it's become easy. You get what I'm saying? Once if like, I love my woman, of course, and I love everything that comes with my woman. So if I cut and run, that means I cut and run from everything that's connected to her, everything I've established, everything that I said that I was and am is no more. And like I said, we got to teach, and I like when brothers like you come on here, man, and we got to teach this positiveness to other brothers. And it's just not young brothers. It's not just young men, because there are older men who don't know how to be men. And it's not. And a lot of times it's not their fault. It's sometimes it's exactly what we're talking about. They didn't have real men to teach them how to be real men.
And you know what? Like, I hear you saying that, and I just want to say personally, like, I just want to say some thank yous, you know what I mean, to my uncles, for stepping in, like my Uncle Derek, like all of my uncles, man, that were there. stepping in when my father left, that did teach, the lessons that I learned. But, unfortunately, I had to come out here and learn some lessons on my own. You know what I mean? But that's life. You know what I mean? And I always say, I've always had this dream of writing. Always had this dream. Never knew what it would be that I would write about. But, it became clear when I became a father that this is the thing that I would write about. You know what I mean? Because I always say, man, their power is power in your stories. And you never know how you can inspire and empower another person. There's somebody that's right next to you. One of you guys on this platform right now might be going through something that I went through in this book. You understand? So you never know how your story can inspire and empower somebody and give them the strength that they need to run through that brick wall that's been holding them back.
No doubt.
So I always tell people, man, tell your stories, man. Tell your stories, because it's powerful. And
we definitely need that, man, for real. It's just like, I don't understand. For some reason, I apologize. I got Justice is muted. I'm trying to unmute him. Oh, there you go. Hold on. Oh, there you go. Can you hear us, man?
I hear everybody.
Okay. Gotcha. So yeah. Oh, before we go any further, Justice, do you have any comments on that? I don't know if you hear me. I was asking if you had any comment.
I think you might still be in a bad area.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear us or not.
What'd you say?
So I was asking if you had any comments on that.
Only comment I got is I gotta agree, because I feel like mothers have a maternal instinct to raise their child. Fathers, we don't got no handbook, nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's harder for fathers.
The thing is this, and y'all can tell me if y'all agree or disagree. We have that instinct. We have it. We're born with it. You know what I mean? I don't know where we go wrong. You know what I mean? And another reason why I took the journey of writing this book is because, I just get tired of hearing about the negative stereotypes about, just fathers and black fathers. I was watching a movie one time where I can't remember the movie, but there was a movie and there was a line where they asked a question about what's one thing that you could find missing in a black home. You know what I mean? And the answer was, a father. That's we got to change these narratives out here, man, because you got a lot of black men out here doing it. You know what I mean? You got a lot of black men out here doing it, and you got a lot of black men out here doing it well. You know what I mean? So these narratives need to change.
And that's part of a cycle too, because a lot of times it's us making these narratives. One thing, when I was a single father, my son's 24 now, my daughter's 19, so they're both out the house. But when I was a single father, man, one thing I never did, and I made it a point not to do, is to talk bad about my kid's mother. You know what I'm saying? I made it a point not to, no matter what they were doing wrong, no matter what happened, no matter what, I would never talk bad about their mother to anybody or to them. You know what I'm saying? Because it gives like I said, it puts that narrative out there that, okay, my mom ain't shit.
Yeah, and children are sponges, man. They'll soak that in like nothing.
Exactly. And when it's, for perfect example, my daughter's 19, and she went through a period of just not getting along with her mom and blah, 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 and, mad at me because or whatever. Well, my daughter lives in Germany, and she came, he'll be back. So my daughter lives in Germany, and she came to visit last year before last. It was 2019. She usually comes every year. So for a while, she had a chip on her shoulder, and I didn't know why. Like, what's this chip on your shoulder? So come to find out, her mom had been telling her for years that I wasn't sending any kind of child support. I wasn't sending any money. I wasn't doing anything. And you know what I'm saying? And this was in her head. So I literally had to show her, where I had been paying. And, so she felt like, because we talked all the time. I talked to her, every other day if I could, because I was in Afghanistan as a soldier, and she was in Germany. But every time I talked to her, I would talk to her. That was my baby. But I didn't know the chip on the shoulder was about. So when I found out that, So when I found out that her mom had been telling her that I wasn't sending any money to support her and blah, 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 it broke my heart because all these years she felt like I didn't care about her.
Yeah.
You know, even when I'm like, not saying child support is the only thing that shows care because, you know, I would take her on trips. I would go spend time with her. But when her mom was going through bad times, it was all about me.
And I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you what. I'm going through something like that right now. You know, I'm going to say my story is my story. I'm not ashamed of it at all. You know what I mean? Because everybody has a story. Everybody's story is unique. You know, I didn't always want my life to be this way. You know what I mean? But I do have 3 different children with 3 different women. I do. And I'm not ashamed of it. You know what I'm saying? Because of the men that I am. You know what I mean? Like I take care of mine. You know what I mean? So you know, my last situation, I left because it was toxic and it wasn't me. You know what I mean? But I found myself staying stagnant in a situation that I told myself that I had to leave, and it imploded in my face. You know, you know, that's going to be another book. You know what I mean? But you know, she's kind of like holding my child from me, and you know, like I haven't seen my child, but you know, I haven't seen him in a little while now. You know, but I've already done everything that I needed to do because I'm not going to argue back and forth with you. That I'm not going to do. I'm not going to allow you to bring me down any more than you already have.
Yeah.
You understand? But I will see you in court. You know what I mean? And in the meantime, I'm going to apply that pressure in the form of sending the money I need to send every week. You know what I mean? And doing the things that I need to do. You know, I always say I wear the serenity prayer on my arm. You know, I wear the serenity prayer on my arm and I read it every day, you know, about situations that I can control and situations that I can't.
Yeah.
You know, so right now I'm controlling what I can control until I can get to another point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No doubt.
So that's coming soon. You know, he's going to learn the truth. And I believe that every day because I'm controlling everything that I can. And I'm applying that pressure in the form of doing what I need to do as his father. You understand? Yeah, and I'll see you in court. The paperwork has already been filed. We're going to go to court. I'm not going to argue with you. I'll get my time with my son, I always say.
Yeah. And the bad part about it is, man, and I went through it. And like I said, I mean, you sound like a brother that's down to earth and is going to take care of the kids, man.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna tell you something I went through. It's one of them things to where I've always taken care. I got 2 kids. I've always taken care of both my kids. And like I said, I was a single dad, but I did learn in the process of even getting my son and all the good stuff, man. The system's not developed for us as men.
It's not.
It's automatically we ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, and the people are not trained to know better.
And this is why, listen, brother, this is why I felt it necessary. You know, like I said, I had a dream of writing. I never knew what it would be that I would write about. But coming from where I came from, with my father not being active in my life and becoming a father and fight, all I ever wanted to do was be a better father than my father my whole life. You understand? Yeah. Okay. I told myself at a very early age that when I had kids, they're going to know who I am. Yeah. You understand? This is just the first book of 3. Like I said, I have 3 children. Each one of them is going to get a book. This is me and my daughter on the cover. The second book will be me and my second son. The third book will be me and my third son. But each one of these books is going to intertwine. You understand?
I like it.
But in this book, I talk about just educating. You know, it's so important, man. We live in a digital age. You know, we got so much information at our fingertips. You know, so to these young fathers, to the fathers that are I'm 40 years old, turned 40 this year. Fathers that are my age that don't know, you know, like a thing or two about their rights. Man, just read, educate yourself. You know, because there's a certain fear that comes in when you have to go and stand in front of a judge. You know what I mean? Because you don't know.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. The first thing they say, oh, I gotta go get a lawyer. I gotta get a lawyer. No, you don't. You can get further by yourself because I did.
Yeah. Nice. And it's the crazy part about it is it's so many men who don't know that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when you feel like the system's against you, what do? I even had a situation to where in my situation, I set up my child support to come out of my check. I wasn't ordered, you know, I wasn't ordered. I wasn't, You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go down here and set it up so I don't even have to worry about it. It's there. And if something come up to where my check is a day late, I get an automatic notice. Your license will be suspended if your child. Like, come on, man. I've never missed child support my whole life. You know, and child support, like we talk about child support, and I understand that, and that's the legal aspect of having a child. But child support is lifelong. You know, my kids, my kids are 24 and 19. Child support is forever.
It's always going to be your child.
Exactly. And it's just like we have to teach our men that just because they turn 18, like they're, you know, oh my God, I can't wait to turn 18. I ain't got to pay. You know,
it's going to come a time when your kid is 35 and they're going to need you.
Yeah, because people forget that it's not about the baby mama. It's about the child. It's about the kid. You know what I'm saying? It's about the children. Exactly, man. This is what we need to be teaching, man, for real. Exactly. So listen, man. Hey, we're gonna talk about this all day. So I got a question for you. So get into a little bit about your book, man, and get a viewers like an idea of what your book has to offer. And what
so I don't want to give too much of the book away, but I will say this.
Don't do that.
You know what I mean? Like my daughter, you know, was born here in New Jersey. She had to be moved for reasons that were out of my control, with my permission, of course, you know, because at the time I had joint custody of her. But, you know, there was a situation going on with her mom that was kind of ugly, man. You know what I mean? And it was a situation that she went back to, you know, that got even uglier. And not only did you go back to, you know, after we broke up, you know, now you have my daughter in this, and it stayed ugly, you know, the way it was before, and it got even uglier because now my child is involved.
Yeah.
You know, so my daughter had to be moved for reasons that were out of my control. Like I said, I had joint custody. I went back and forth to court, you know, got laughed out of court, you know, the courts have these preconceived notions about us as Black men. And I think I shocked a lot of people, you know, when I spoke up, because I did educate myself, you know what I mean? So I spoke up a lot, you know, in the courtroom, but it always fell on deaf ears. You know what I mean? And like I said, the situation was very ugly, you know, so I had to find it within myself to let my daughter, you know, leave after her mom, you know, came to me and said, you know, that she wanted to go. But like I told you earlier, my father wasn't around. So I also had to find it within myself to maintain that relationship. You know what I mean? And, you know, like I said, this was, my daughter was 5 when they moved from here in New Jersey. And, you know, I just had to figure it out. And I did. You know, she'll be 16 in December. And, you know, we're closer than ever. That's my heart, man. You know? So, I don't want to give too much of the book away. You guys could.
Yeah, don't give too much of the way, man.
You know, pick the book up, Amazon, Barnes & Noble. I believe Walmart might still have it. And Apple. Apple has it in the form of an ebook. If you guys, you know, want to take a read, A Father's Plight. And I got 2 more books coming. Like I said, I have 2 sons. And each book is going to fall under the umbrella of fatherhood, but it's going to just discuss like different topics under that umbrella, man. You know, the second book I'm working on right now.
Man, look, man, I can't, like, I need to get a copy, because I definitely need I'm going to check that out as a, you know, as a, you know, real father to another real father, man. It's refreshing to know that there are real fathers, we're still real fathers out there, you know.
Absolutely.
Like, we're not scarce. Don't get me wrong. Like, a lot of people think we're just scarce. We're not scarce.
I'm gonna say this: as Black fathers, you know, we're here. we are here. We exist.
Yes,
we exist.
Yeah,
you know,
we definitely exist.
Yeah, we exist. We're here.
Yeah, we definitely.
And we've always been here.
Exactly. I'm gonna give a shout out to my dad. My mom and dad has been married, I think, almost 50 years now, and my dad has always been my biggest support, biggest cheerleader. You know what I'm saying? He's always been my number one fan. No matter what I'm doing, he's my number one fan. You know what I'm saying? He whatever I say, hey, Dad, I got an idea for this, blah, blah, blah. Let's do it. You know, and he's always been that guy. And that's why, like I said, I'm able to do that for my son and my daughter, because, like I said, I know what it is to be a real father. You know, I'm 48, and to this day, my dad is still my biggest fan. Like I put my first book out, you know, last year. Name of my book is Coma, so I can go ahead and show everybody that, so they can get that
check that out, man.
Yeah, Coma. It's a paranormal romance. But you know, like I said, once I told him I wrote a book, and had it published or whatever, he was so excited about it that I can't remember my dad ever reading anything, but my dad went and read the book, just because I wrote it. And I say all that to say that if you have somebody in your life that's a role model, celebrate them. You got to celebrate them, because especially us as Black people, we don't recognize our role models enough. We'll recognize people that are not role models and people that's not doing the right thing and people that's bringing our people down, but we're not recognizing real men, real women, real mothers, real fathers, grandmothers.
This is why I'm saying it again, man. Like, I just want to shout my Uncle Derek out, man. Like, I swear, like, all of my uncles are amazing, but, Derek, man, like, he sacrificed a lot of his life. You know what I mean? Like, when my dad left, man, he sacrificed parts of his life, man. I mean, I think we were in the movie theaters every weekend, man, with him. You know what I mean? Like, he took us, to the, taught us, about barbershop trips and, the importance of keeping yourself groomed, stuff that I now do with my sons. You know what I mean? Because it's deeper than just a haircut, man. Some of the knowledge that I've gotten from just sitting in the barbershop, man, just listening to the different personalities, the elder barbers, man. I mean, the barber game kind of changed now, but, sitting in the Black barbershop back in the day, man, when I was coming up, 93, 94, 95, you know what I mean? Like, it was just something different, man.
Yeah.
That was like art in motion, in itself.
And you learn.
You know what I mean? Because not only are you getting, you're getting fresh and teaching yourself how to be groomed and neat and together, like the lessons, man. Important. Yeah. The lessons that came from the different personalities, man. The younger barbers, the older barbers, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just the simple things that weren't even spoken, like how it's okay for the, how the younger barbers used to take pointers from the older barbers. You know what I mean? It's okay to take direction. You know what I mean? Like, just pay attention to what you're doing. Little things like that I learned. You know what I mean? Like, just going to the barbershop. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's crazy because, man, I just recently I was in a barbershop, man, an old school barbershop. It was, definitely it was in the hood. And the barbers there, man, the old school barbers, man, like I said, even me at 48, I felt like a kid again because I felt like I was learning so much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A conversation come up about the president or politics or, anything, I'm saying? It's just like, sports or whatever it is, you'll learn so much just sitting in a barbershop. I remember back, like you said, back in the day, we just sit in the barbershop just to listen. You know what I'm saying? It probably wasn't even, you know what I'm saying? You probably went in there for a cut. You just stop through to say what's up to
hey, what's going on? You see what's going on.
Yeah, it's just like, and so with that being said, like you said, it's like we have to be able to set a platform, and that's the biggest thing for Black Men's Inc. We like to have that barbershop mentality to where we set a platform that we teach our younger generation, current generation, older generation. Yeah, because we have to. You know what I'm saying? We have to be able to get that platform because, for example, perfect example, we can talk about Black Lives Matter all day. Love it. Love the fact that but now that there hasn't been an incident in a couple months, you know what I'm saying? It's gone quiet. You know
and
what I'm saying?
That's the thing, like, it's so funny that you brought up Black Lives Matter, man, because I'm actually writing a piece just for myself, really. One of my teachers, I graduated from St. Benedict's Prep in 1999. I'm not sure if you're familiar with St. Benedict's, man. But one of my teachers read my book, from my sophomore English teacher. And he asked me, a question. He asked me to write something for him. And shout out to Mr. Shaw. How you doing, Mr. Shaw? And he asked me about my views on community and police relations, man. You know what I mean? Like things like that. You know what I mean? And like when it comes to the Black race, you know what I mean? Because not too long ago, after George Floyd died, man, we hit a real, that pot that was boiling for so long, like it spilled over, man. It got ugly out there. So I support Black Lives Matter. Yes, it does. Yeah. But we can't just matter when it comes to police killing Black men.
Man, if you watch any of my shows, man, or any of our shows, you will see.
It can't just matter then.
Man, I've said this so many times.
We got in our neighborhoods, man. We got gang violence, just senseless killing.
Man,
you know, so the name of the piece that I'm writing for myself is called "Healing Starts Within."
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because not only do we have to heal from within our community, but on the other side of that too, there has to be some form of healing. You know, on the policing side too, because if you think about it, you know, and if you read, you know, like the ideology and the ideals of policing came back from like the days of slavery, you know, because the slave patrols were those first ideals of police. They would try to, you know, go and capture the slaves that were running.
Yeah.
Somehow that's transitioned through time. You know what I mean? And it's sustained, you know what I mean, on that side of the fence. You know, when it comes to policing, because it's still those ideologies, like some of them still exist. So that has to heal. There has to be, I'm not going to say defund the police or anything like that. There has to be some type of reform in the form of teaching and you know what I mean? But there has to be some type of reform on our side too. We have to heal our neighborhoods first.
Man, I'm glad you said that, brother, because I've been saying this and preaching this for months, probably years. It's like we can't, for example, you know, when Trayvon Martin got killed, it was
that was the same.
You know what I'm saying? It hurt. My son is about the same age Trayvon Martin was, and it hurt. But a lot of people was mad at me because I made a statement about the kids, the young brothers that are killing young brothers. And I'm like, you know, and my only point was, if we're going to march and we're going to stand up when one of our kids get killed by, you know, this, like I said, stupid people or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We got to stand up for when our kids are getting killed by our kids.
Exactly.
You know?
It's a respect thing, because if we can't respect ourselves enough to stop killing one another as a black race, how can we look at anybody else, you know, and expect them to respect us when we're not respecting ourselves within our communities? In our community, there's, you know, we got snitches get stitches, and nobody wants to talk, and but we have to teach our kids that. I made a statement, and you know, people kind of thought about it, but I'm like, I don't care if that police officer over there kills my son or that young man over there kills my son. I'm still hurt. Yes. Yep. And that's facts, man. That's facts.
A black man that killed my son or a 45-year-old white man that killed my son, I'm still hurt because I'm a father. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I want the killing to stop, period. You know what I'm saying? And I look at the news every night, and there's a young man who got killed by a drive-by, or somebody got killed at a club, or somebody, but nobody's, you know, there's no more Black Lives Matter protests. Where the protests at? You know what I'm saying? But I guarantee you, one police officer killed, and it's not right. Don't get me wrong, because I believe
it's not right. No, it's not right at all.
You know what I'm saying? One police officer killed a man, it's gonna be Black Lives Matter, and
that's right.
Protests, and
we can't just raise our voice for one thing and not the other.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? We
because
can't.
When we look in the mirror and realize that, okay, we got to start here first.
Exactly.
That's where, you understand, we can't expect one thing to happen and not the other.
We can't. Yeah, exactly. We can't be hypocrites. You know what I'm saying? I don't want any of our kids to die. You know what I'm saying? And like, now, don't get me wrong. Like when a police officer get behind me, I'm nervous because I don't know what the outcome is going to be. But you know, I know that you're not gonna find me in the club, or you're not gonna find me on the set. You're not gonna find me in the trap. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna find me in the place where I can go get myself killed. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I do understand that.
House.
Yeah,
I'm in the house. I'm playing Madden. I'm about to play Madden with my son right now, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'm cool with being in the house playing Call of Duty or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, for me, I just feel like we have to be able to. We got a loud voice. You know what I'm saying? And so, like somebody said, it's two separate conversations. But I agree and I disagree with that, because it's not two separate conversations. Because when a black man gets killed, no matter who kills him, he's dead. Period. You know, and everybody's trying to make the conversation that is a different conversation. It's not a different conversation.
It's the same conversation.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same conversation because no matter who kills your child is dead. Period.
Yeah, it's the same conversation, man. Because yeah, you're right.
They say, well, these police officers, they're trained to uphold the law. They are. So what you're saying, but since this young black man is not trained, he's supposed to be able to kill your kid and it's okay? No, it's not okay. You know what I'm saying? The only point we're trying to make on the platform is that we have to, if we're gonna stand up, which we should stand up for police brutality, we need to stand up for when our kids are killing our kids. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know, and I had somebody tell me one time, well, that's survival of the fittest. That ain't survival of the fittest. That is killing our people is not survival of the fittest. Killing ourselves is not survival of the fittest. You know, and it's not survival of the fittest by far. You know, if we're gonna be out here, like I said, we're gonna be out here teaching. Let's teach. Let's teach how to survive.
Let's really teach.
Exactly. Let's really teach.
When I wrote this, man, like, you know, yes, it was therapy for me. It was therapy for me, man. You know what I mean? But I wrote this, you know, like I said, I knew I wanted to write, you know, from 1999 when I graduated. You know what I mean? But I wrote this because I knew that, you know, there are other men out there going through. You know what I mean? And like this book touches on so many different things. You know, and it wasn't just for me. It was for everybody, because we need these messages to be heard.
Yeah, definitely. And Mr. Gomez, he right. He said he was saying that it's popping up. Oh, there. He said that's the most important thing to teach. And I agree. And
that's the point.
Yeah, he made a point
of.
Yeah, he made a point. He made a point of grouping everything together. You know, we have to dissect where the issue is, and I understand it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And get to the same boiling point to where we know why we're in the situation that we're in. You know, we talk about. I think on my last shows we talked about. You know, we as a people coming together and creating societies for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Banks. You know, doing business with ourselves, and you know, which is important. But we have to be able to come together and figure out how to do that, because during 2020, there was some people talking about creating whole cities, black cities, just for us. You know, that.
But we had that before. Yeah, in the form of Rosewood.
Yep. But my man said
Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street.
Yeah. And so
look at what happened. Like, I don't know if you guys out there, you know, ever watched these or read about these things that I'm talking about right now, but we've had that. You know, we've had those things, and unfortunately, they were taken away in awful ways. You understand?
And I think our issue that we have is that, and my man Justice says this all the time. We are a culture that's too forgiving. We forgive quickly. We forgive and we forget. And you know, like I said, we just had 2020 was all about Black Lives Matter. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna build cities. We're gonna, you know, and then now I've heard nothing. I've researched, you know, and there are black. I don't like to say Black American, African Americans. I like to say people of color. There are people of color who have the power to create a better culture for our society, that we can all, like I said, platforms like this to teach and, you know, put money into land and put money into banks and put money into education for our younger.
You see what Stephen Gomez said?
What do you say?
Everything that you're saying right now, Stephen Gomez, coming together is the issue.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Some people will look at that, you know, they'll have the means to do it.
Yeah.
But they'll look at that like, damn, do I really want to ruffle these feathers?
Yeah.
Do I really want to like screw my spot up? You know, I created myself a lane.
Exactly.
You know, so they won't do it. Because I'm gonna tell you, it's like, you know, certain people came together that's really out here that have the means to do it as black, you know, people. It would be easy to do that.
Yeah.
But will they? They don't want to ruffle those feathers.
And that's the problem, because people don't understand that we, as you know, black people, have a voice, a loud voice. There's education involved. There's strong will. there's artists like yourself, there's writers, there's so much, there's so many resources, I should say, in our society that could be used for the greater good, is what I'm saying. You know,
Yep.
and like you said, coming together is the problem. And like Mr.
Yep.
Goldman says, coming together is the problem.
It's the
It's
problem.
definitely the problem. You know,
But we need to change that, man. And I feel like, you know, these small
chasing
steps,
Black excellence. Yeah, exactly.
you know, small steps, you know, like things like this, you know what I mean? Like small steps
Yes.
to start changing those little narratives, man. You know what I mean? Like, you know, this might not, you know, this is a conversation starter, like, you know, what I've done. You know, it took me 3 years to write this first book, but it's a conversation starter, you know, on to like bigger issues. You know what I mean? Or more people jumping on board with the issue.
Yeah, definitely.
Ultimately, just changing those narratives, man. They need to be changed.
And especially what you're doing with the, you know, talking about fatherhood, talking about being a father, and us on a platform talking about being good fathers, because we need fathers. You know what I'm saying? We got, and like, so we have mothers, but like I said, we have to break that stereotype of there are no Black fathers. There are no good Black fathers. Their fathers are not there, you know. And I like I said, I like what Mr. Gomez is saying, chasing Black excellence is, you know, is something that's possible. You know, we have to be able to chase after something beyond, you know, hollering at females or hollering at, you know, trying to get that paper or trying to get the bag so we can get the next rate that come out, the next ghost. You know, I like exotic cars just like anybody else. Don't get me wrong, you know, but I know before I can go out and buy an exotic car, I got to buy a house for my family. You know what I'm saying? I got to be able to, you know, build a legacy for my children. So when I'm gone, I don't leave them nothing. You know, I want to be able to, I want my grandkids to be able to say, hey, my granddad was this. He was, you know what I'm saying? He taught me this, you know, and
that's a part of my mission too, man. You know, it's about leaving a legacy, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like these books, like I said, they're conversation starters, you know, to get us to a different level of thinking. But at the same time, man, I'm trying to send messages and drop messages to them home too about following your dreams and making your dreams purposeful. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We got to teach our kids, man, you know, that the stereotype about what Black people can't be, you know what I'm saying, has to go out the window. I know my son's 19 now. I think when he's around 13, you know, and I used to always talk to him about what he wanted to be when he grew up. And I'll throw ideas at him and he'd be like, well, I can't be that because, you know, I'm Black. And I'm like, who told you that? You know? And I'm like, why would you, you know what I'm saying? Why would you feel like as a Black man, you can't be something, you know? But I think somebody in his family growing up, like on his mother's side, told him certain things he couldn't be. And that's a stereotype we have to throw out the window, you know? And it's like, with that being said, like I tell him all the time, man, it's just like, and I tell him that, you know, don't make the mistakes in your life that will alter what you want to do in life. You know, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna make mistakes. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But make the kind of mistakes you can recover from. And even if, and I'm pretty sure any mistake you can recover from. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna say that. But some are harder than others.
Yes, some are definitely harder than others.
We're already stereotyped to be certain type of men. We're stereotyped to be angry. You know, people don't want to deal with us because, you know, we don't do this, we don't do that. And it's all lies pretty much. You know, you could take 10 Black men and I guarantee you 7 of those men are good men. You know, but those 3 men, are gonna make us who we are, according to somebody else. You know, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, like Robert, what's his name? Robert McFall. He said, own your own business and leave a legacy for the generations after us. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Leave a legacy of some sort, man. Leave something for your kids to build off of for their kids, you know, because
that's my biggest mission, man. Like if you even read the acknowledgments in my book, man, I leave, you know, little not even breadcrumbs, but just messages, man, to my children. You know, like I could even read like a little bit of it for you, man. But you know, like this is all about like the future, man. Like I did a IG live one time, man, and I talked, you know what I mean, and I said it's about the future, man. It's setting these kids up the right way,
man.
You know what I mean?
It's definitely setting these kids up.
Yeah,
sure,
I'm still young, 40 years old now. I lived a good life, still living a good life, but we got to start thinking bigger, man, on a bigger scale, man. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no doubt.
we got to start setting these kids up right. With what we're teaching them. You know what I mean? And here and then here, and just just everything that we can, man. Just leave them with. You know what I mean? So they don't have to worry. About certain things that we may have had to.
Yeah, no doubt, for real. And that's something that we have to continue to work on, man. And we've come a long way, man, but we've got so much ground to cover. You know what I'm saying? So I right before the pandemic, man, I signed up to volunteer at the Boys and Girls Club. And when I went there, the first day I was talking to, a group of kids or whatever. And, I'm a cybersecurity engineer for the government. And they were so blown away by that, and I wasn't like, I do it. It's what I do. It's something I wanted to do when I had it in my head that, hey, I'm gonna become a cybersecurity engineer. And that's what I went after, you know what I'm saying? But never really realizing that a young person, especially kids of color, of any color, that would say, wow, how'd you do that? So how do you become that? I didn't know that we could do that. I didn't realize that there were still glass ceilings that made these kids feel like there were certain things they couldn't be.
They couldn't do,
yeah. And it's like, I don't know if anybody on this been to Pensacola, but I'm from Montclair. And, regardless of what people say, Montclair is one of the worst neighborhoods in Pensacola, probably in the top 3, but I'm, like I said, like Steven said, hey, I'm a veteran too, man. Thanks for your service, Mr. Gomez. I'm a veteran. And, I've been in situations and I fought for this country, and I felt like, and like I said, my dad is a go-getter. He came from nothing and built an empire. But I will say this, I say it to the point that, when people say there's nothing that you can't do as a young adult, there's nothing you can't do. And I like to say that on here. I like to give that caveat, in case there are young people listening, that, and brothers like us, we need to put that out there for them and let them know that, hey, man, whatever you're trying to do, go do it.
Yeah.
So don't let somebody make you think that just because you're black,
you
don't
know that is too, man. Like, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, bro. Go ahead.
But you have to meet people where they are, man. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
You've got to meet people where they are, man. And I don't really talk about this part, too much, but I've been an officer for the last 15 years. I've been away from that for a little while. You know what I mean? But I've been in law enforcement for the last 15 years.
Nice.
And sometimes like it can be, intimidating, to children to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I say meet people where they are, I say, you know what I mean? Like, you see a kid out there, throwing a football, man. The type of person I am, I'm gonna get out of my car in my uniform and go throw that ball with them to show them that they don't have to fear me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, little things like that go a long way.
Yeah.
To change like people's outlooks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. True.
I can remember there was a kid, who's like, when I first got on the job, you know what I mean? Like I said, I don't touch on this stuff too much. You know what I mean? But there was a kid, just I'm sitting on the street, he's looking in the barbershop. You know what I'm saying? Just looking in the barbershop, looking in the barbershop. Hair a mess. You know what I mean? So what do I do? You know what I mean? I pull out a 10, like, man, go get a haircut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Little things like that. They will never forget.
We need that.
He will never forget that.
Bro.
But he'll also look at him, the conversations that I have with that kid. Now he sees, like, man, I could do that if I really wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Because you're no different than me.
Yeah.
I am you. Like, I was once
you. That's what we gotta do as brothers, man. Continue to, reach whoever we can reach. I started last year. I started coaching my stepson's 14-year-old football team, and I was able to connect with 30 14-year-olds that came from different backgrounds, and most of them came from backgrounds that wasn't so pleasant, and I was able to talk to them and get them a message of some sort. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know about you growing up, but if you played any sports, anything like that, you met any man or any person growing up that gave you some type of advice that just stuck with you your whole life, it could change your life.
Absolutely.
I had a man tell me, I had a OG tell me one time, man, old dude, he was like, man, he said, what you gonna be when you grow up, young blood? And I was like, I don't know. He said, well, whatever it is, he said, make sure you love what you do. He said, if you love what you do, he said, you'll never work a day in your life. And I know I hear that all the time. I heard it all throughout my life, but it stuck with me from that one man saying it, know, and that's why I always, went after something that I knew I was going to love to do. And, something that was going to make sure that I lived the life that I wanted to live and not what somebody else wanted me to do. You know what I'm saying? Because once you get to the point where, you're not educating yourself, and not saying necessarily school, but just not educating yourself, not putting yourself in a situation to be where you want to be, then all of a sudden you're under control of somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So when you don't have the money to pay for a place to live or put food on the table, you're forced to do things that you not would have done if you was in a situation that you put yourself in. You know what I'm saying? So I continue to teach, young adults. Like my best friend has a clothing line called Shivery, and his mission is set out to be able to teach young people about chivalry, teach young women how to require chivalry, and teach young men what chivalry is. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to instill respect into our young adults. You know what I'm saying? And little stuff, like you just been saying, little stuff like that, man, is going to get us ahead. You know what I'm saying? It's going to put situations, to continue to move forward and do positive things. You know what I'm saying? Let me put some of these up here too while we're talking. I like these brothers right here, man. Thank you for your service, Mr. Gomez and Mr. I hope I say it right, Mr. McFowle, Robert McFowle, and Mr. Gomez. Thanks for your service, man. For real, these military guys. I get hyped when I see my other military brothers. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yes, but like I said, man, it's whatever, man. Everything you're doing, man, I respect. First of all, we're gonna do. Let me put it, because I know we kind of getting towards an hour, man. We talking an hour already. That's crazy. So
yeah, it's crazy. We go all night, man.
Man, what we're gonna do is, man, because we're gonna my producer's watching, so we're gonna have her put together a Father's Day show. Okay. And what you do, like, and what your book is about, and what you're doing in that field, man. I definitely want to have you come back on. Okay. It's more than likely gonna be a panel discussion, man. So we can all get on here as black men, man, and kind of talk about, fatherhood, being fathers. And what I might want to do, man, while I got you on here, and in your opinion, there's Barbie talking about, she got us. So, and Barbie, I hope you're listening, but I also want to have one single mother on the panel, so we can get a point of view from a single mom perspective on not having a father around, you know what I'm saying, and kind of talk about it and come to a positive note, so we kind of get different views, man, because like I said, I tell people all the time, and I probably said this 1,000 times in this show, I've been in Afghanistan, I've been to Iraq, been to Kuwait. The hardest thing I ever done in my life was to raise a teenager, man. And it's like, it ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? Raising a teenager son to try to get him to be a part of society, man, and try to get him to feel, to see what you see, you know what I'm saying? And, because what it is, and most black men agree with me on this, is when you're raising a teenage boy and he in your household, it's like a lion's pride. And there's only one alpha male in the house. You know what I'm saying? But that young male is always gonna try you. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man.
Every single time.
I got a 7-year-old. You know what I'm saying? I already know. You know what I'm saying? It's only gonna get worse when you get older.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You gotta put them in their place.
That's a part of parenting, man. That's the journey of parenting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta find ways to parent through that, man.
Yeah.
Like how they tell you to run through them tackles when you're on that football field.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to run through them, man. You got to run through that.
No doubt.
Figure it out.
And he keeps telling me, Ms. Gomez said he got a 13-year-old and a 9-year-old. He can.
Yeah, listen. My daughter will be 16. My son Tristan will be 7 on the 28th, and then my 2-year-old will be 3 on the 29th.
Oh wow,
So
man.
yeah, you know.
Man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this. My son, when it comes to my son, you give him tough love, and they turn out all right. But it's hard to give your daughter tough love. He's like, you want to give her tough love, but that's your baby girl, so you don't want to. You be like, man, you be like, woo, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but yeah, love your life, man.
It.
That's the one woman that can break my heart, man, for real. So definitely, man. But look, man, I know we coming on the hour, bro. We gonna look. I gotta have you back on, bro, for real, because like,
definitely, man.
I love. Oh, he said he got 2 girls, man. Mr. Gomez.
Hey, congratulations on that, man.
Mr. Gomez said he got 2 girls. I was like, hey, 1 girl is enough for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got 1 girl and 2 boys, man. So
man. So look, man, hey, like Mr. Like Mr. Gomez was saying, man, like you said, just wrap your arms around them kids, man, and protect them at all costs. Keep teaching them. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put together, and look, my producer and my CEO, they both on, so they can see this, and they gonna make this happen. We're gonna do this Father's panel. Definitely, man. We're gonna do a Father's Day special, man. So as a matter of fact,
I'm with it, man. You know, I just wanted to say, y'all be on the lookout. I got a short movie coming out. You know, Zane picked up my book and wrote a script for it, man. Shout out to Mama Zane, and shout out to Area Justice Media Group, my publisher.
Okay. Hey,
we got a short movie coming.
You and I gonna talk too, because like I said, I need you to read Coma, because we need to talk about. I've been trying to talk about movie deals, not movie deals, but getting the script written. So and everybody I've talked to, like I would say about 400 people. So you know, so far everybody wants this book to be a movie. So I need to talk to you, see how you move around with the movie scripts, and try to get some insight on what's the best movie to make. So you know what I'm saying? It's like you seem like a smart brother, man. I definitely pick your brain.
Yep.
Definitely gonna pick your brain.
Talk, man. But yeah, y'all definitely be on the lookout for that, man. Coming soon.
Oh, for sure. And we're gonna post it. Keep me posted on it, man. I keep you marketing. I keep marketing you on Black Men's Inc., putting you out there, man. Let people know, hey, go check it out, man, for real.
I definitely will, man.
Hey, so listen up, man. Hey, I apologize. My man, the Real Justice, he had a family emergency, so he was on his way to his family's house. So but like I said, I'm pretty sure he'll be on next week. Man, another great show. Mr. Jackson was awesome. In the house. Oh my God. And hey, all my veterans on point today, man. Appreciate y'all coming out, man. Mr. Gomez, Mr. McFile. Appreciate y'all, participate, man. Put y'all insight, because I love getting other brothers' opinion on what we're talking about. Once we create a society of positive brothers and positive sisters, man, we're gonna take over the world, bro. No doubt. Hey, let me drink to that, man. Cheers. Hey, hit us up next weekend. Next Saturday on Black Men's Inc. We're doing other big things. Go check out my man, Justin Jackson's what is it? A Father's Plight. I want to make it right.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? A Father's Plight. Go get the book on Amazon.
You guys can follow me on Instagram at I_am_Bernard Jax. That's BERNARDJAX. You can also follow me on Facebook under Justin Jackson, and have another Instagram page. I have a couple. Black Fathers Up the Movement. And you guys can also follow me on Clubhouse. Me and my team, Vita, Clarissa, Mama Nisi. I love you guys. We got a club, the Red Diary Club, on Instagram and Facebook. So follow us.
Oh, I'm coming to the Clubhouse, man.
Clubhouse.
Y'all on Clubhouse? Hey, I'll be there. Yeah. I've been slipping on Clubhouse, but man. Hey, like I said, it's your boy Rajin, King of Romance, and y'all need to check out Coma. That's my latest book. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's about a couple. It's about a couple going through things, but they rekindle their relationship. They rekindle their relationship through hard times and strife, but they make it through. Y'all go check it out. It's a paranormal romance. A lot of twists to it. Check it out, man. But listen,
I gotta check that out.
I'm getting your book, man, and I'm gonna come bring it to you to get it signed. So,
all right, cool, man. Cool. I got one for you too. I got one waiting for you, man.
No doubt.
I got one waiting for you too.
Okay, no doubt, man. Look.
All right. Hey, thank y'all, man.
Hey, thank y'all for coming out, man. We about to head out. I like to always give a shout out to the team. Barbie Hall, man, our CEO, Lissa Hall, Mama Goose, Sugar Mama. I mean, hey, my boy, my co-host, the real Justice. He ain't on site tonight, but he always in our hearts, man. Everything's, you know what I'm saying, we got his back. But check it out. We taking it to the house. It's been real. Your boy King of Romance, Rajim, and Justice Jackson, man. Y'all have a good one, man. We out.
Thank y'all. Thank you.